How significant is it to reach this first training milestone for everyone involved?
Yeah, it's a really important night for the club. Also really exciting to be able to take our inaugural women's football team out onto the track for the first training session is a very exciting time for the club. A lot of people have put in a lot of time and effort, so it's really rewarding to actually see them out on the playing field behind me.
And what was the process like pulling this big squad together?
Yeah, it's been a big process. So there's been a few of us that have worked pretty hard behind the scenes. The coach, Brendan Major's done a fantastic job in terms of trying to bring a playing group together from scratch. So we think we've got a really exciting playing group, a mixture of young girls that have come in from the Calder Cannons, but also some experienced players that have played a lot of state league football in Victoria, but also some players that have been delisted off AFLW lists, which will provide a really good base for our season, I think.
And Xavier Campbell and Woosha obviously played a big part today, just welcoming people to the club. How important is that to make sure that these people feel like they're a part of the team now?
Yeah, it's massive. For a new group to come in and feel welcome and embraced the way they have, it's really important. We've had great support from all the senior leaders of the football club, not only the executive but also the playing group, and to have John and Xavier Campbell tonight speak to the playing group, I think shows how committed and how much everyone's banded together to get the women's team up and going.
And when can fans start to expect to see the squad being trimmed down a bit into shape?
Yeah, so we've got about 50 to 55 in our squad at the moment. So it's a bit of a process until probably April, we'd say. So we don't have a real date in terms of when we'll cut players, but we'll probably take a squad of about 40 to 45 into the home and away season. So we expect there to be a few changes throughout the pre-season through form, injury or personal circumstances changing, but it's probably a bit of an evolution and an ongoing thing at this stage.
And there are a couple of names in the squad that Essendon fans will be pretty excited about. How thrilled are you to have a Long and a Hurd in the squad at the moment?
Yeah, it's great. It's great for the club and also great for women's football as well, that some of the champions of our football club, their daughters can now have the same opportunities that their sons do, and to have Steph Hurd and Michaela Long be involved in our inaugural women's team, it's just great to have sort of that name back inside the four doors of the football club.
And how important is it for this program to be a success if you want to move on to be an AFL team?
Yeah, so we'll measure success probably differently to a few other clubs to start with. Obviously, we're a new club, so we want to really build a really good culture and environment that women's footballers from this region, the Northwest region, want to come and be a part of. And we also want to provide a platform where women can come in and aspire to get onto AFLW lists and hopefully ultimately ours. So they're probably the main measuring sort of points for our program at the moment, rather than the win-loss ratio.
And as a budding team at the moment, have you had much support from outside influences like sponsorship?
Yeah, so we've had Fujitsu join, which is great, and I know the girls behind me look great in their new apparel, and I know Fujitsu's proud and on front of the singlet there, but the support of all sponsors, especially in women's football, goes a really long way in terms of being able to run the program that you want to, and the support for women's football in general.
Well, thanks very much for your time and good luck.
No worries at all, thank you.